Islam, they allow freedom of opinion and private right of judgment. They don't preach democracy in religion as well as in politics. The laws them, no doubt, unchangeable and everlasting. And this are the same for all such laws them where they rule the world and where they keep in health. That is morally and ethically. The laws them broad enough for cover all contingencies. However, we for still draw a line between freedom and license. The power for think na a divine gift where God give we, and for think na for differ. Therefore, Islam they always respect differences in opinion. Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say differences in opinion amongst my followers them na a blessing from God. And this approval from the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam it don't open a healthy avenue for the fair play of private judgment. Just like how truth na something we absolute, we know say 2 and 2 they ever make 5. Similarly so, 10 times 10 they ever make 101. And so this will be forever, unchangeable and unalterable. All them colossal and stupendous rules them where they inside the Holy Qur'an will always eternally continue for govern human affairs. We were able to maintain adequacy through it hajj, that is for exercise judgment, and a continuously progressive interpretation of the Holy Quran from time to time in accordance with the progress of human experience. All the teachings they have so put together and make the divine guidance where they inside the Holy Quran very adequate for the future, for the moral, spiritual progress of the human race for all times. One saint he talk one time say, I go round the globe in search of heaven. I did go, and I come back I realize say me heaven it been there soon at my own house. No doubt we make it legitimate for Muslims them for borrow from other circles them. That is now waiting already it don't be their own by right. Just like then straying camel. But not to anything we get in root in agnosticism or way a contrary to Quranic principles them. If this not the nature, we not go able for incorporate them into the interpretation without poisoning the whole system. Everybody knows that Islam be not get a shining record of science and civilization. The Western world, where they claim for be the scientific world today, we all know from historical records say it owe in scientific advancement to the pace set by Islamic sciences. During the 5th and 6th century AD, the great civilization will take 4,000 years to be constructed, been there at the verge of disintegration. The sanctions where Christianity create, at that time they made the work division and destruction instead of unity and order. At that crucial time in the point of human history, the Holy Quran it became inevitable and have been the indispensable means for unite the world. That are the known world of that time of the East and of the South. From New Angle, H.G. Wells a write say, and with fresh vigor, it, that means say the Arab in mind, it take up the systematic development of positive knowledge. Where the Greek them, they be don't begin them and they be don't relinquish them. If the Greek na been the papa, then the Arab na been the foster papa of the scientific method for deal with reality. Now through the Arabs them, this kind advancement it come and not to through by the Latin people them. The gift of light and power it come through Islamic sciences. This then in book where it call The Outline of History, London, page 192. We need for truthfully study the influences and the blessings of the Holy Quran and appreciate in great forward leap where humanity it take when the Holy Quran it come for guide mortal man for help him and remove humanity from the deep abyss of decadence in civilization to the lofty and exalted heights of social, moral, and spiritual reinforcement in every age. Through the impetus given by the Holy Quran, one of the most scientific movements then in the history of exact thought is start soon after the advent of Islam. This movement, quick one, again momentum, and the world is see the birth of some of the greatest scientists them and philosophers them of all times. Dr. J.W. Draper he talk say, one of the most deplorable things them in history happen, him when the author of the intellectual development of Europe, he said that the systematic way in which European writers them, they don't contrive for put out of sight them very scientific obligation where they owe towards the Arabs because of the rise of Islamic teachings. and sciences. Islamic history not ever know such hateful and organized persecution of thinkers them and scholars them like the one way the Inquisition courts have been conduct. Never ever for a single moment the Holy Quran may ever stand in the way of knowledge, science, civilization and progress. Anytime when the Holy Quran appear among culture and progressive nations them, it don't show himself and prove himself for be in complete accordance with progressive tendencies, and he always assist knowledge, culture and civilization. The Holy Quran it talks say you for consider the flight of time, for through anybody way in order to think about God and higher values them, of this we life here so, you dey make a very bad bargain wey go make you loss. On the other hand, the case of the one the way them believe in the Holy Quran, and accordingly then they do deeds of righteousness, and then they advise themselves for accept and for preach the truth, and for hold them and for bear with patience, and for persevere. Holy Quran chapter 103 verses 1 to 3. So, the passage of time will not get any adverse effect on the Holy Quran and the teachings them. Now, because of the everlasting character of the Holy Quran, now it make the great prophecy for say the Holy Quran at all times it remain safe against all attempt for try for destroy them, and also from every kind of corruption. Holy Quran chapter 15 verse 9. And the wise selection of Arabic when a living language as a vehicle for the last and everlasting book where Almighty Allah make for mortal man in absolute guidance until the end of times. One index of modern progress, now the unprecedented divorce rate, too much emphasis on sex, liquor traffic, bring afraid come na mental institutions them because of the ever increasing nervous disorders them will become a real human problem. Criminal delinquency amongst speaking them will continue for the increase every year. Boredom when a kind of frustration, insecurity, broken family life, and tension amongst boku people them, even amongst the people who then get everything for make life comfortable for themselves. This terrible situation of the modern age, a need for a solution, a unique sense of direction, a deep satisfying assurance of the meaning of the purpose and aim of life self. Social problems them, national and international, oftenly not just, personal problems them within right large. Race and color problem it begin simply any side way mortal man, it begin for despise the other one. Problem between boss man them and the one that way they work for them, we know say na injustice or resentment na in the beginning. International friction in the begin with the greed of few leaders them, or hatred amongst many human beings them. And we will not forget say hate it begin with one person where they hate, then after that it become a serious worry for society. And all serious problems they begin just like a personal problem then where they begin with one individual or group of individuals them. What in science and technology don't do for solve that kind of problem they are so they affect humanity. Problem them as finance and wrong distribution of wealth are very complex questions and way then they demand the abolition of interest, free enterprise, distribution of wealth after a generation, and sanction through which within 40 years all the wealth of the overprivileged people then forgo to the underprivileged people them. Then kind terrible situations are also according to the Holy Quran a need experts them, solid thinking and cool planning when are a tremendous constructive force before then kind perplexing conditions are also. We need smart people where they go use their intelligence in an atmosphere where they make creative, also sympathetic, good and godly. Now this the Holy Quran I recommend. Name one problem with this way modern time in the face where solution or they sufficiently inside the Holy Quran for solver. Now true say the whole world is in a process of evolution, but all things are not good with the world. Now a kind of pattern of light and shadow. Some parts they're okay, the other parts they're not okay at all. However, not a case we will call take it or leave it. We just get for taken because we're part and parcel of the system. And if we follow the instruction of the Holy Quran, we will see we're capable for improve the art of living. The real problem I say mortal man is still the left in animal appetite for continue for dominate them. That means say it left in emotion them for control them, way instead nine for controlling emotions them. Scientific progress don't make it get the capacity for rise above The blind passion them. Otherwise, in a still a mere playing thing with the inside Satan in hand. And still it is left in passion for control him, instead for making control in passion. If in a still a slave to in passion, then it is very far from having achieved any progress, real progress or advancement. Like we say in Arabic, falah, and because of this achievement make Almighty Allah reveal the Holy Quran to we. This is not a very disturbing picture of this world war they inside today. Still we get one redeeming and emancipating factor when at the glorious and holy and noble Quran. We know that the great merit of something na say if we're able to fulfill the purpose for which they make them. And the true purpose of this heavenly book when at the glorious, holy and noble Quran na for rescue and totally liberate and emancipate mortal man from sinful life and grant him a very pure and heavenly life. This na true salvation and true falah when achievement. The Holy Quran chapter 91 verse 9 and verse 10 Almighty Allah talk say, anybody will purify in soul for true, it don't succeed. And the one way corrupt him incompletely, he ruined. Another purpose of the Holy Quran na for give mortal man such perfect understanding we go make it turn normal like I say you don't see God self. Because God in one grain na the fountainhead of all good and joy. Love and understanding na the root of salvation, and falah when achievement. Now this na the paradise where if you go inside there, all fatigue, bitterness and pain and torment where they embog the human soul, you will be liberated and free from them. You will get absolute peace of mind. Through the purification of the soul, then the life or the person, you become close to God, you will be connected with God. This they make God where he hide behind the beyond, mysteriously because you don't purify your soul and you don't attain salvation. Then God the Creator, he go manifest himself in a very spiritual way to you for confirm say, in day alive, and he go tell you say he present for true. That assurance, he go give you soul satisfaction, and that satisfaction they na him in a metaphorical manner then they call paradise before death. Any book when able for clean and purify the soul and give them then kind assurances there so and perfect understanding of the existence and peacefulness of in God, we go make you go hate sin bad one, and you go cut completely your sinful ego when you passion them when they push you towards bad and draw you completely towards you God. If book not able for do this for mortal man, then how you will say that book they alive, or who you will say that book they get any use again for mortal man. This na the great miracle of the Holy Quran, na the life-giving book, na the book where it pull the veil, of spirituality. It they make you see the reality when they call God, and because of that, you they get deep love for God. You go purify your soul, and automatically you go hate sin, and you will be disconnected from sinfulness completely. Once again, una listening to una beloved Islamic radio station, FM 91.7, the Ahmadiyya radio station, and we transmit from the mission headquarters on number 15 Bad Street, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Me na una presenter we una all know Mr. Yusuf Kome of the Ahmadiyya movement na Sierra Leone and Guinea. And I hope say una find part 3 of the Holy, Glorious and Noble Quran very interesting and informative. We will continue with this same presentation. And by the grace of God, I pray say make we all get long life and well body. So we will also listen to part 4. We get a lot of other spiritual truths them, about the everlasting, eternal purity and uncorrupted nature of this book, when the soul satisfying food for the human being, in this world and the next. Make Almighty Allah help we for take the truth. Make Almighty Allah save we, from spiritual blindness, deafness, dumbness, and spiritual death, and make it give we life, especially through the glorious Quran, the Holy Quran, and the Noble Quran, the last book we reveal at the hands of the greatest law-bearing prophet and the last law-bearing prophet, Holy Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.